Question 1497. Would you ever clone and birth a child just to save a child you already have?
You asked this one already.
No, I didn't.
The other one was would you have another child? Just have another child to save a child you already have.
All right. And what's this one then?
This is the one that you wrote that you wanted. Would you ever clone and birth a child just to save a child you already have?
Are we talking like for organ harvesting here or something?
Pretty much.
So this is the plot of that film, The Island.
Not quite, but yes.
It kind of is.
Yeah, you've got a 10-year-old daughter. You could make a baby.
Yeah. But then you make a baby. Yeah, but there's the problem. Therein lies the problem. You can't just harvest the baby's organs. The baby's got to grow.
No, you can get away. He's got to grow a little bit, but not massively.
Mm.
You can grow it outside the body.
I think there becomes an ethical issue when you've actually cloned something that is a sentient human being. I think there is an issue there.
At what point is that? If you only keep it alive for 6 months, or you kill it at night when it's born, but you keep it physically alive.
You can't do that. Oh my God.
Well, you can stun it. You can remove the brain at 9 months and keep it alive on a heart-lung machine.
You cannot do that.
No, you could essentially, not allow for brain function within the womb.
Yeah.
They do have certain. It's not.
I mean, do you know? It's worse than that. The fact is, we are very close to understanding why we are more intelligent than other animals, right? And it may well just be a gene we can switch off. So you could basically clone it with that gene switched off, and it will have the brain. It will have the brain of a bonobo. It would never develop beyond very rudimentary basic instincts.
I wouldn't raise a bonobo just for harvest. You can't do that to a sentient being.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's probably
How is a bonobo not sentient?
They are able to identify themselves in a mirror situation. They're able to interact with their family.
Okay, well, we'll go the other way. Harmonica Man says we grow it without a brain. No brain at all.
No brain. So basically, in other words, would it be ethically okay to harvest organs from a flat earther?
Yeah. You don't got a brain, bitch.
No one's...
Yeah, but would you want to?
Not from allegedly Dave, because I know what's been in that system.
So what in that situation you're saying we can grow any human organ, it just has to grow them all at once.
Yes. We can grow a body. Well, someone has to gestate it, but
there can't be a face either. A brain alone isn't it? Yeah, it can't.
No, it would have a face. Of course, it would have a face. The amount of genetics required to make it not have a face is huge. Whereas a brain might just be a switch, or you just cut the umbilical cord, cut the brain stem at 19 weeks in the womb. Ricardo.
Okay, so because my first ethical problem would be the birth of the first child. So I don't think I would get that far into having to clone a child and birth a second child to save the first.
Well, you wouldn't have any children, is what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I think you have to assume that you've got a child.
Okay, now that puts me in a position where, because I don't have a child, I'm not able to actually make an educated guess on how I would react with having a child. But I think nah, I don't think that that's a good idea. I don't think that ethical that would be a good thing to do. With brain or no brain.
With brain on it. Tobin says, grow spare parts, why not? Sandy?
Yes.
Yes, you would?
No. Read the question again, because I can't see the screen.
Would you ever clone and birth a child just to save
No.
a child you already had?
No.
So the child you had would die?
I would not ever birth a child. Clone or not.
Tusk says, can I put the brain of the first child into the clone one? Not at the moment. The technology's not there to do that. Ox says no. Hi, Ox.
And it doesn't bother anybody that they're working on that technology, though?
They are working on that technology.
They are working on that technology. I don't agree with it.
What? To be able to brain transplant? Again, we've got a whole army of flat earthers that we could give a brain from someone else to.
Actually, can we start with the anti-vaxxers first, and then the climate deniers? And then
There's a lot more anti-vaxxers.
These flat earthers are like, they're not hurting anybody.
Oh yes, they are. They're creating such a climate of anti-science that I think they're
but I mean, as comparatively speaking to the anti-vaxxers and climate deniers and those fucking twats.
I can't refuse that. That's...
No, I've lost. Ox says, those who try to play God are fools. Turtle Move says, why waste energy growing a whole body? Can't you just clone parts? Not yet. Parts are terribly complicated. They are, but we're pretty... doing a structure, and really you need to grow it in somebody.
They have had...
Wait a second.
They have had 100% successful human-grown or lab-grown trachea implanted.
Yeah, first of all, the growing in someone is a good option, but also... What about like lab-grown meat? I'm assuming they don't grow the whole fucking animal, do they?
No, but the lab-grown meat, it doesn't work. That's the reason they have struggled. Right, we got lab-grown meat.
I don't know enough about it.
We got lab-grown meat 25 years ago. But it didn't did not taste right.
Okay.
Right, we can take cells from an animal and grow them. We've got no problem doing that. But the problem is that doesn't give you the texture of everything with it built.
Mm-hmm.
It's why even now the thing they try and make is burgers, because at least that's mushed up to try and get it. With the idea of getting a piece of meat, we're getting there, but we're way off because it's the structure. We can make the cells, but we can't make the structure. The most promising, the trachea is an interesting one actually, because that is mostly structure, and they've been trying with organs, doing it by taking the structure from another animal. So taking like a pig heart, and you remove the meat from it, leaving just the structure, and then they grow using your cells. The meat around the heart, and that basically creates a functioning heart. And I've seen that research. I don't know how far it got.
Well, it's called the latter, by the way, and they've not been able to do it with complex organs such as a liver.
Yeah.
Because seems to be a bunch of subtleties about how it's constructed and laid out that are at issue.
See,
that they
I think we will get
or
first.
like a kidney, because there's just too many different cells in it and they're doing too many different things. I'm personally hoping that they're going to get their asses in gear and be able to replace a heart and lungs pretty soon.
I'm back.
I think
like my mother's lungs to be replaced.
I think we will have a stem cell. You will be given a stem cell that's switched to an organ, and you will grow another one. I think that's more likely.
I'm curious as to how much further we would be, technologically speaking, in advancements in the field if it weren't for the Catholic Church relating to fucking stem cell. Because even like almost every other Christian denomination has gotten on board almost immediately, or at least in the ensuing years. But those motherfucking Catholics, and yes, I'm an ex-Catholic, technically, whatever.
Is Southern Baptist on board with?
Yep.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I've talked to Baptist preachers that have said, that they don't understand what the issue is. So
The point is that's now, though, isn't it? Now that stem cells are not necessarily fetal. But don't forget, all the early research had to be fetal. We didn't have the technology to do anything with anything else.
I was going to bring.
There's people who are even upset the fact that they are using stem cells that are 100 generations past the original stem cell that came from a fetus. They still consider it a fetal cell then, and therefore you're going to go to hell.
But the point is, you can make stem cells out of anything now, pretty much.
I was going to say I was listening in whilst I was away. I did put it in the chat, but
I'm not caught up with the
chat. Just so Amanda's aware, most of the flat earthers are anti-vaxxers and COVID.
Well, no, I'm aware of that. I'm just saying,
So, it's not mutually exclusive.
Tusk says, "Wait, I can't switch brains out because the tech doesn't exist, but I can still clone a child. What sort of madhouse do you live in? Of course you can clone it. Cloning is we can do, and cloning humans there's no reason we can't clone humans. The only thing I'm fairly certain we have cloned several humans. But officially it's an ethical problem.
We cloned a sheep like 20 fucking years ago.
Haven't you ever seen Orphan Black, Dave?
I thought except that the thing with cloning whole creatures had something to do with something to do with their alleles.
Yeah, no, you have
a part of the gene that says when you're going to die. And so
you have a telomere problem.
Somebody 25 years old, you've cloned it into a baby, but it's a 25-year-old baby.
Yes, that is a problem, but it's pretty much been resolved. I don't remember how.
I've got to say, I'm not convinced that Pale Blue Mama is not, in fact, a clone of Mama Atheist.
She looks very similar.
Who the fuck is Mama Atheist?
There you go, see?
Can I just see your lower lip, please?
Mine? Nothing there.
Don't
so she's the original.
So
that's where they
so the other one was the clone.
Yeah. She's been terminated.
But me. This world could not handle two of me, and you know that.
I had this.
See, now you're giving these images that just don't work.
I'd have this nasty feeling you'd go full Star Wars with a fucking army of clones.
Tusk says nobody has cloned a human yet. I don't believe that. There was definitely an Italian doctor that sodded off to China that made claims. It's given how easy it is. I don't believe it's not been done.
It could very well have been done somewhere that we don't know about. I don't know, but
my point is,
to the best of our knowledge, it hasn't been done.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like a secret that you would keep. Like there's too many people.
The problem is I don't know the benefit of doing it beyond having done it. I think it will make the name of the person, but
you mean we're the only people who've ever thought of doing this for the harvesting of an organ?
I don't think it's good enough yet. I think there are probably two. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm now really reaching the limits of my knowledge.
There are nefarious people that I'm sure already have a waiting list of people that they want to get organs or whatever from harvested fetuses or something. People are just too disgusting nowadays.
I remember reading somewhere that in '98, a group of doctors in South Korea had cloned an embryo,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was like the first official time that it was confirmed, but they've stopped when it was in the early stage, like moral or something like that, just 4 or 8 cells or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but I remember reading that. So from then until now, yeah, probably. DARPA,
turtle-
probably.
Probably. The turtle move says the Clone Ranger. Hi ho. You're gonna say, oh, just if we had reliable human cloning, the army would have done it a long time ago.
I didn't think about it. Like talking about cloning, talking about cloning right then.
Mark says research starts from the place of not knowing why they are doing it and have no specific goals. He's not wrong. Tusk says we're getting very close to conspiracy theory territory. They've done it. They're hiding it from us. No, I don't. It's not that I think they're hiding it from us. I think that there are ethical things in place to prevent it. And I think the fact that they moved to a country I'll talk to you about it later, Tusk. I have to look some stuff up. It's been a long time since but there was an Italian doctor, and he went over. Yeah, I'm sure he went over to China, but I can't remember the details. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.